Friends, 60 kilometers from Chennai in Tamil Nadu, there is a place called as Mahabalipuram, which, as per mythology, is related to the demon king Hiranyakashipu. The legend states that King Hiranyakashipu was very powerful, but refused to worship Lord Vishnu, while his son Prahlad was a great devotee of the Lord. Once, there was an argument between Hiranyakashipu and his son Prahlad related to the greatness of Lord Vishnu. When Prahlad stated that Vishnu was present everywhere, including the walls in their home, Hiranyakashipu got angry and kicked a pillar. Lord Vishnu emerged from the pillar in form of Narasimha and killed Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad became the king after that and had a grandson named Bali, and it was Bali who founded Mahabalipuram. Welcome once again to My Temple Trips, friends. And today I will take you to the Shore Temple overlooking Bay of Bengal in Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram, originally called as Mamalapuram, is an important tourist destination in Tamil Nadu. Around 60 kilometers from Chennai, this place is known for a special temple overlooking Bay of Bengal called as Shore Temple.
Amazing one.
Mamalapuram became an important commercial center in the 6th century CE during the rule of Pallava king Simhavishnu. And this temple was built during the time of great Pallava kings Rajasimha and Narasimhavarman II. Huansang, the traveler from the 7th century CE, in his travel records, has mentioned about this place and has mentioned how big this port at Mamalapuram was. Marco Polo has also mentioned about this temple in his travel records, and he mentions this temple as 7 Pagodas of Mamalapuram, a name which stuck to the cluster of the shore temples among the European traders and cartographers as well. In 1375, in the Catalan Atlas, Abraham Creuques also mentioned this as the 7 Pagodas. Then in 1852, a jewelry merchant named Gasparo Balbi also called this temple as 7 Pagodas. Pagodas, as we all know, is a Chinese style of temple architecture. So this means that there must have been 7 temples around this area, but today we see only one. So what happened to others? People say that in 2004, after tsunami, the water receded by few kilometers and people noticed that there are remains of temples below sea level. Now, how other temples got lost in water is a topic of research. But you can understand that how grand these temples would have been during that time that they find their mention in the travel records of every traveler of that time. So these temples would definitely have been a great attraction of those times, and this Shore Temple is a great tourist attraction today. The temple architecture is just amazing. This is one of the oldest temples in South India and belonged to the latter half of 7th century AD, built with the granite blocks. And it is on the shore overlooking Bay of Bengal, and hence it is called as Shore Temple. It is a good example of the first phase of structural temples constructed in the Dravidian style of architecture. It has 2 shrines dedicated to Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, facing the east and the west. This temple's architecture influenced that of the Cholas, who succeeded the Pallavas as a dominant dynasty in the area, which is now more or less covered by Tamil Nadu. The temple is a combination of 3 shrines. The main shrine is dedicated to Lord Shiva, then there are 2 small shrines. One is again dedicated to Lord Shiva and one of them is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, and the Lord Vishnu here is in reclining position. The temple has a Garbhagriha, that is the Sanctum Sanctorum, in which deity Shivlinga is enshrined, and there is a small mandapa surrounded by heavy outer walls. When we visited, we found that the entry to the Sanctum Sanctorium is restricted. But then the rock-cut structures around this area are the key attractions. Please note that Mahabalipuram is not only famous for Shore Temple, but there are many other rock-cut monuments not very far from the Shore Temple, which are very famous. We will cover that in the next video. As these monuments are maintained by ASI, you need to take tickets which you can get at the ticket counter near the monuments, or you can also get the tickets from the ASI websites beforehand or from travel sites like yatra.com. The link is given in the description box. One ticket gives you the entry to all the monuments. So definitely these temples and these rock cut monuments are worth visiting. When you find time next time during your weekends or long weekends, do try to travel to Mahabalipuram, not very far from Bangalore, very near to Chennai. This will definitely be a trip which you will cherish throughout your life. Apart from these rock cut monuments, there are few other attractions as well in Mahabalipuram, and then there are beaches which you can cover in your trip. Thank you for watching, friends. Hopefully you like this information. See you in the next video with another such good information. Till then, bye bye.